Well, we're hoping to see a little bit of sunshine today, but we're starting out in fog with some locations around the region. Other locations are seeing cloudiness this morning, but hopefully we'll see those temperatures rise up into the 80s as we head about today.
And this morning on DC News Now 2, Virginia police officers injured after teens, get this, allegedly fired fireworks at them at a McDonald's. The latest on that investigation. And President Trump is sending the National Guard to Portland now. We've got details on the latest city he's taking over. A legendary commentator hangs up the mic after 20 seasons. The Washington Nationals are celebrating Bob Carpenter.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hey, good Sunday morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Haley Milan, 7 a.m. your time. Let's get outside, take a look there, shall we? What are we even looking at, Derek Bowen?
Well, that's dual highway in Hagerstown right now.
You're kidding.
Yes.
It could just be like your front yard, I would believe you, because we can see absolutely nothing. You told me about your drive-in. It was perilous, right?
Especially
coming from the north.
You know, throughout Hagerstown, across Washington County, it didn't really shape up until I got into Frederick County. That's how bad the fog was.
So you're going slow, I hope. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a whole lot worse than it was, but nonetheless, it was still, still on the front lines of the fog. It's even thicker back off across the mountains to the west. We're at 62 degrees in Hagerstown right now. Calm wind. Sunrise rises officially at 7:04 this morning, but you can definitely see some twilight there and a lot of that fog still. This fog should start to lift in the next hour or two, but unfortunately right now they got a lot of it at the current moment. That's why they have that dense fog advisory all the way up and down the I-81 corridor from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, all the way down to Woodstock, Virginia. We do have, of course, that dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. for areas south of the Mason-Dixon line, and that continues also off towards the west, towards Cumberland and Kaiser, and down towards Petersburg as well, seeing, of course, that dense fog until 10 a.m. this morning. But I think for the most part, most of the fog will start to lift in the next hour or so. Hopefully by 8 o'clock, we'll see most of that fog start to lift across the region.
Alrighty, good thing for anyone getting out there on the roadways. Thanks, Derek. We'll talk to you in just a couple more minutes. Developing now in Maryland, a man recovering this morning after being stabbed in Silver Spring. This happened yesterday afternoon on Hewitt Avenue in Aspen Hill. Montgomery County Police say they found the man there. He was suffering from that stab wound, but they have someone in custody, so we're working to get more details there. And in D.C., 2 people are without a home this morning after a kitchen fire in Southeast DC. That happened yesterday morning. Crews say they got there and the fire was blazing in the home's kitchen. It's a 1-story house on Chaplin Street. The people living there, fortunately, are fine. Officials, though, still assessing the extent of the damage. And in Virginia, get this, 2 police officers were hurt when fireworks exploded inside of a McDonald's. Our Dave Laval reports that people were working inside the Vienna restaurant when it happened. They say teens were involved.
This McDonald's on Maple Avenue West in Vienna has seen its share of unruly juveniles over the last year, according to employees. But Friday night took it to a whole different level. Look for yourself. A gaping hole remains in the ceiling of the men's room after someone set off fireworks in it. Employees told us another large group of students, mostly from nearby Madison High School, crowded into McDonald's as a fight broke out in the restaurant. Madeline Laton lives nearby.
I'm not super surprised considering the rowdiness I'm sure the game was yesterday.
2 Vienna police officers suffered minor injuries when someone shot fireworks at them after they arrived at the restaurant. Fairfax County Police and Virginia State Police assisted Vienna and used pepper balls on people who refused to leave. Police reported no injuries. This is the 3rd McDonald's in Northern Virginia plagued by juvenile violence over the last few months. The Franconia location near Edison High School banned anyone under 21 from eating in the restaurant back in May, following a fight. It's since rescinded that policy, but students only have 30 minutes to eat and leave. A fight broke out at the McDonald's in Burke in August. following a football game at nearby Lake Braddock Secondary School. As for the Vienna location, employees said problems began there about a year ago.
I'm not sure what can really be done. I'm not sure if police reinforcement is the right answer.
Operators of this McDonald's did not respond to our request to comment as to what they plan to do to prevent future problems. In Vienna, Virginia, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Wow, Dave, thank you so much. We'll stay on top of the investigation there. Well, it could take longer than expected to build new housing at the old RFK Stadium site in the district. The council chair says that phase 1 was supposed to open alongside the stadium in 2030, but because of red tape, it could take years longer. The DC Council just last week passed a $4 billion deal proposed to bring the Commanders back to D.C. The agreement includes a state-of-the-art 65,000-seat stadium, 6,000 residential units, but a third of those must be affordable housing. There's also set to be a green space, garages, and a sportsplex.
In order for it to be rezoned, there has to be an amendment to the comprehensive plan. And in order for there to be an amendment to the comprehensive plan, not only does legislation have to be submitted to the council, but then it has to go through a National Capital Planning Commission review. These steps will take time.
Council Chair Phil Mendelson says once the zoning issue is rectified, the project designs will also need to be approved, and that part could also take 3 years or longer. Maryland man Kilmar Abrego Garcia was wrongly deported to El Salvador back in March, and since then, his case has become a flashpoint for the Trump administration's immigration agenda. He's now being held at a Pennsylvania facility after a judge ruled that he be brought back to the U.S. The federal government charged him with human smuggling stemming from a 2022 traffic stop in Tennessee. Garcia's attorneys say the Maryland man was transferred Friday morning to a detention center just west of State College after previously being held in Farmville, Virginia. His attorney said the transfer came after Garcia raised concerns about being in Virginia and not being able to work with his Nashville-based defense team to prepare for his upcoming trial. His attorneys also said the transfer would allow his legal team to have greater access to him. Now in health news, officials are warning about the rapid rise of a superbug that is resistant to antibiotics. Cases of the so-called nightmare bacteria have shot up across the DMV, and a CDC study finds that roughly 400% of an increase in the past 5 years. Liberty Simmons has more on the medical advice that you can use to keep your family safe.
The nightmare bacteria, or NDM-CRE, is very concerning to public health officials because they say it is resistant to antibiotics and it's spreading fast.
It's super scary. I hope they can get a wrap around it.
The CDC is warning cases of a superbug known as NDM-CRE have increased 460% from 2019 to 2023. Most cases found in healthcare settings.
This increase that we're seeing in NDM-CRE cause us, some alarming concern because these bacteria can cause infections that are extremely hard to treat.
Dr. Danielle Rankin was one of the authors of the CDC study. She says the bacteria is difficult to treat because it is resistant to antibiotics.
I think that older people need to be worried. I think that children need to be worried.
The study found NDM-CRE cases rose by 456% in Maryland and by 359% in Virginia.
I have my 90-year-old mother right there with me. We just took her to the doctor. We try to keep her as clean as possible.
Dr. Rankin says the cause of the increase is under investigation, but the spike in cases is being seen in healthcare facilities. Because of that, she stresses the importance of healthcare providers practicing good hygiene.
What we are concerned about is the ability for these to be able to spread outside of healthcare.
Now, Dr. Rankin says that it's important for healthcare providers to test specifically for NDM-CRE, and she also says there are antibiotic treatments available for patients through IV. In Southwest DC, Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.
And the FDA is ordering the change of warning labels on Tylenol and other acetamycin-based fever reducers. They now must include a warning about potentially causing autism. President Trump repeatedly said that pregnant women should not take the medication. Doctors in the medical community saying the new guidance flies in the face of current data, though. Acetamycin has been a commonly used pain and fever reliever for pregnant women for decades. Doctors say that left untreated, fevers could potentially be harmful to both mom and baby. And Vice President J.D. Vance is commenting on the Trump administration's announcement tying autism to Tylenol. He says that the CDC's new fundamental argument is that drugs have side effects and we should be careful. When asked for his advice for pregnant women, he says they should be careful and talk to their doctors. An update on all this pesky tree work on GW Parkway. The National Park Service says it'll close southbound lanes between 2-Lane Drive and Morningside Lane on October 1st. 2nd, 6th, and 7th. The closures will last between 8 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. Traffic will be diverted onto Park Terrace. Now, this comes during an expected 8-week run of tree maintenance along the road south of Alexandria. Well, what's a better way to welcome fall into the DMV than attending the Wharf's Oktoberfest? The celebration is taking place next Saturday. That's October 4th. You'll be able to catch the Wiener 500 Dachshund Dash, a Stein hoisting championship, polka on the pier, and of course, there's going to be a lot of food and beer. All of it gets started from 2. It goes until 7. All right, Derek. It's starting to feel a little bit like fall out there, right?
That it is across the region, even seeing some trees change color there in Winchester with that beautiful picture behind me of those trees changing to a nice bright yellow. We're looking at, of course, temperatures today to rise up into the 80s, just a few degrees above the average for this time of year. We're sitting at 69 this morning across the area. We're looking at, of course, temperatures to rise up to around 73 by 11 o'clock. By 1 p.m., we're looking at a temperature of 77.
All right, Derek, thanks so much. 7